question is, how are you going to leave your legacy?
No idea what I did.
Latest official, 30 seconds. 30 seconds.
Yes, I think people have been avoiding me for this the exchange.
Welcome back here to Nottingham for the Touch World Cup 2024 from Riverside Sports Complex. A battle of two of the UK's biggest nations here in Greater Britain, of course, if you will. It's Ireland taking on England in the men's 45s. James Preston and Kate Davis-Babin to bring you all the action. England will get first use of the ball, and there'll be no love lost between these two long-term rivals.
Absolutely not. This will be a hard-fought game. Right from the start whistle really to the end. Obviously these teams, they come up against each other quite a lot, especially in Euros and friendly tournaments as well, if we can call them friendly. And yeah, this should be a cracker of a game.
So England now with a little look here at the line to begin things as they bring it across here for Sue. Sue dropping it down. Now a chance for Roa. Roa really looking to squeeze through. In fact, he does exactly that far too easily in the end. There wasn't really much doing there, but Roa just strolls across the line.
Yeah, absolutely. Lovely bit of comms there from England. Just a simple 32 setup on the wrap, straight down. Claiming the touch there, number 4 for Ireland, Patrick O'Sullivan, but it wasn't meant to be, and Michael Roa gets the ball down. And they are happy. They will be happy with that 1 minute in.
An ominous start here for Ireland. They'll need to get something on the board here to try and respond quickly, or at the very least recalibrate that defensive setup, because that was far too easy there for Roa.
Yeah, absolutely. So we will see what they have got in attack on the line.
Little short pass here. Now a chance for Dowling to try and set something up. Send it out to this left-hand side. Ran out of real estate, turned it back towards the middle, but there's an error. So bit of a concerning start here for Ireland, but very early days.
Yeah, very early. We're not even 2 minutes in yet, are we? And but England will want to be building on what they have just started on. They've started on a high. They'll want to keep it that way and up the pace, I'd imagine, which it looks like they are doing.
Worth mentioning as well for those who are just tuning in for the Touch World Cup, potentially for the first time here, England, one of the real heavyweights of the competition, not just on their home soil, but across the board. It's a really good setup for England touch. And speaking of touch, there's a nice one made right at the death there from Frank Ennis, who just got there in time. So England back to the 7 metre mark now. In fact, that will be the turnover here for them. So that's a little bit better in defence from Ireland.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. Looks like they're sort of trying to fix that midfield, and didn't let James Malik through there.
So Foley out of acting half now, and funny little pass here for Nolan. Foley just consistently hopping in, passing from the base of that play the ball throughout the first few plays here. Dropped back now from Gannon. Gannon now off to Dolgoruki. They send it wider still, but that was always going to be a tough one for Foley to reel in. He doesn't have the go-go gadget arms.
No, not quite there. We're waiting for the ball to get back. And England have the roll ball here. We'll tap, and they're taking it on.
So touch made there from Temtem. They head up towards halfway. Now up and over that mark. Good drive here from England. No one really ready to capitalise on it, though, but more to the point, a bobble in the play the ball. And after a very fluent opening minute from England, it's been a little bit sloppy thereafter.
Yeah, a little bit. We've been seeing a few teams this morning, like sort of having that little bobble of the ball in their driving, particularly getting off the pitch. might somewhat be the pitch to blame and that slightly greasy ball, but it is starting to get a little bit sunny now, and hopefully that pitch is drying up ever so slightly. So maybe those little errors will reduce. A little bit of miscommunication there, it looks like, in the Irish attack.
That sun really has come out in full force as well, Kate. It's actually quite warm out here too, so fatigue will become a major factor in things moving forward as Hall creeps upfield, and now Bright also involved, and it's probably the word of the day right now. It is very bright and sunny here in Nottingham.
Yeah, absolutely. It makes a nice change, but yeah, like you say, it does contribute towards that fatigue. Doesn't appear to be doing for England at the moment though, and unfortunately not meant to be an attack there. Hall getting up there in defence. Lovely defensive midfield touch there, and Ireland exploiting it well. They're getting across to their box.
And then Foley coming up with a little bit of a slippage there when trying to promote the footy out of acting half. So turnover in favour of England now. Around about 5 minutes gone. Just the one try in it from the first set here as well for England. And we do see that a lot here, especially in these Masters divisions. Typically getting away to a quick score, and then takes a little bit of time for both sides to gel.
Yeah, definitely. Sort of that first initial rush of adrenaline and then settling into the game. And I mean, England will be thankful for that. But yeah, they just need to start, looks like need to start sticking to their processes a little bit. But we can see that may be the case now. They have a tap. I think, is that Matt Hall with the ball there?
Was indeed Hall who drove it forward, and now hopping in at acting half as Malik sends it away for Hall once more. Bright also involved. They cross the halfway threshold now. Working towards a strike dump close to that 7 metre mark. Bingley with good metres here. Once more they straighten things up, turning back on an angle as Mears. Mears caught, quick roll ball. Was there a foot in there from Ireland? Yes, there was. So they'll get another set to work with here, England.
Just being helped up there by Eriksson, and Cern has the tap, and they are looking to bring up that Irish defence there, bring them out to their 7, so England can be in control there, and it looks like they are.
Beautiful draw and pass there from Cern, just popping a little ball right at the line. He engaged them brilliantly. Here it is again on the replay. Brings it all the way deep in, and then an open passage there for Jeffrey Sue. Easy try for England, and that extends the margin now. 2-0 after 6.5 minutes.
Yeah, really, really well read there defensively. Cern did well to get that ball away just at the right time, and lovely hole there by Jeffrey Sue.
Now Ireland with a little bit of work to do here. They dummy a couple of times here with Temtem, but ball hits the deck once more. They really haven't established any flow whatsoever so far, the Irish.
Yeah, it looks like England are being ever so slightly more clinical in their execution. I say that as the commentator's curse strikes again. I do apologise. It is ball down there for England as they're attempting to get fresh legs on, and Ireland have an attempt at the line here.
The Nolan will now bring it forward and then rolls it back here for Temtem. Dolgoriki. More having a little look at the line here. They'll just slow it down momentarily through Nolan. Nolan picking up once more. Dolgoriki again. Oh, popping a pass right into the arms of England. There's a fair bit to sort through here for the referees, though. There was contact, I thought, potentially with the ball in flight, which would have gone the way of Ireland, but that one might have just landed into the arms of England first and then the contact made.
Yeah, looks like they're happy with it, and we are playing on. England have another opportunity now to get out their half.
So up towards halfway, England go now. They've enjoyed the better of the field position, and in all honesty, the only chances of the match so far have come the way of the English. Ireland really haven't had a look at the line so far, but this might be a turning point for them with 8 minutes gone. And they finally get a little bit of momentum here. They need to just drive straight. They've been very lateral at times here, the Irish.
Yeah, they have, and that can really sort of affect your momentum coming onto the pitch. It makes it quite easy to defend as well, sort of sliding across, and England do seem to be reading that. But saying that, it looks like they're getting a bit more depth on the ball here, and they've got up into a good attacking position Ireland have here.
Much better from the Irish, as now they can really have a little crack at the line. Diving from distance there was O'Sullivan, but turned away. Probably the best set of the match so far, though, for the Irish.
Yeah, absolutely. They'll be happy with that. Finishing down there, completing their sixes is really key, and they've done so with an attack at the line. So hopefully that gives them a little bit more of a boost going into their next attacking set.
England boosting forward now as well as they have this one out in two hands. Scooped up one-handed though from Malik, who then sends it out to this left-hand side. Change of the emphasis and also change of pace. It burns them all. Lovely work there from James Mears, who wears a third try here for England.
Absolutely lovely bit of pace there from England. Really well read. You can see those defenders just coming in, and James Mears is just there on that outside line. He knows where he's going. He knows where that line is, and he's confident in that running line, and that's a lovely, lovely score there for England.
I know it's early days here, Kate, but Ireland probably need to be the next to score already.
Yeah, they'll be wanting to, definitely. Just need to clean up a couple of things, but like we saw in their last attacking set, I mean, they were getting up there, and they're potentially just relaxing into the game a little bit, and looks like they're looking to exploit that English defence now. Referee is getting involved there. He's the seventh Irish player in that attacking set.
They might need his input in a moment here as well for the Irish. It's not quite going right there. Ennis tried the one-arm flinger, if you will, out of the catapult, which is pretty fitting given we are in Nottingham. Of course, there used to be a big castle there up on the hill.
Yeah, it's still there now. It's still there. It's
minus the catapult, of course.
Minus the catapult, yes. Probably for the best.
Depends. You keep acting up, I might have to fling you out. Foley now pops a little pass back towards the middle. Scoops it up once more. Drops it short here. For the run of Nolan. Nolan still floating around this midfield section here as Gannon also gets involved, and now Dolgorucki is also around there. He sends it back towards the middle once more for Nolan. So Nolan hopping in and acting half. Dolgorucki sweeping around, all a little bobble and then trying to get to ground. Had he taken that cleanly, they were backpedaling there, England.
Yeah, definitely. It was well held there, well held. A little bit of a bobble, like you say. But yeah, Ireland looking like they're creating more opportunities for themselves. Starting to look a little bit more dangerous on the line, and England having to work a little bit harder to keep them from getting over and getting their first score of the game.
Very flat ball there from the English, more than flat. They'll come back for it. Eagle eyes here from the officials. And a turnover once more for Ireland, but they need to start converting this good field position into points. English have given them a few opportunities to get downfield, but it's falling apart at the 7. We'll see if they can turn that around in this set, as a nice bit of footwork here brings them up over halfway. Now Foley charging forward. Two-handed touch made there from England as into the action comes Temtem once more, bouncing around. Good bit of speed about his work, and moving away now is O'Sullivan. O'Sullivan still scything through them. He thought he was clear to go on, but back to the mark. He'll play it now on the last here for the Irish with a static start. As a result, O'Sullivan really not looking to do too much here with the ball. Simply flings it away for Irwin, who somehow keeps it alive. Now Foley once more runs out of room. A bit of hot potato here at the moment for the Irish. And in the end, they'll simply kill it right up along the sideline.
Yeah, a little bit there. Don't really want to lose too much of their yards that they've made, and they've managed not to too much. They've killed the ball in the right area there, so England got to work hard to get across to their box. But they are making it look quite seamless at present. Taking it back up the wing there, and really injecting pace coming onto the pitch here.
Nice driving set here for the English as now Lecornu sends it out for this left-hand side. They'll pop it away, ball over the top. Oh, there was a chance to just fling it wide immediately there into the arms of Lloyd Hook, who was waiting for it on this wing, but good read from the Irish, and they jammed in.
Yeah, definitely. It did look like Matt Hall was trying to get that ball away there. You could see him kind of looking around for it, but it wasn't meant to be. So good defensive set for Ireland there.
It's one of the times that England perhaps needed to be Fiji. If there's one thing the Fijians are good at, it's the very creative bat-ons, if you will.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. What a joy to watch the Fijian team. With
it's
that
a very different style of touch football at many times, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. Sort of that open play and just really, like we were talking about, like heads-up touch. It's really nice to watch.
Around about 13 and a half gone here. England scored from the opening set. They've kept on the pressure ever since. 3 tries to nil here as they head up towards halfway. The Irish have done a reasonable job getting down the other end of the field. They just can't seem to get across the line, though, as now England wind through the gears and then pop a little pass back on the inside here for Rower, who's already got one try. And turning against the grain. Great hands there from Cerny once more. The touch is made here from Ireland. No, they pulled away right at the last moment. Cerny, as a result, can link up out wide. Ireland get across in time to make the touch. One more here to see off. And they are set nicely out to this right-hand side if they do want to try and swing it this way. Instead, Cerny will pop out the flick pass, and that's when you know that there's no other options left.
Yep, definitely. It was well read in attack there from Cern, sort of looking to, you know, the touch wasn't made, and he did just carry on and initiated the touch on his terms there. But yeah, not quite meant to be that final pass. But Ireland have the drive coming on now. They're looking to go forward, just injecting that extra bit of pace coming on. Looks like they have their plan and they are sticking to it.
Here is Nolan at pace as well with Dolgaraki just on his outside, and the ball goes to ground. And then an awkward one there too for Dolgaraki. He actually stepped on the ball, it was just rolling on the ground.
Yeah.
And a little bit of a limp there too for Dolgaraki, so hopefully he'll be okay moving forward. But we start to approach this half-time siren as we see Dolgaraki getting back towards the middle of the field. For the Irish, they probably need to be a little bit more creative down in that final seven.
Yeah, absolutely. I think just executing a little bit. I mean, this English defence, especially on the line, is looking strong. You know, they've managed to keep him out. That was an excellent defensive midfield touch there from Ireland.
Last one now here for England, building nicely. They're all hitting the marks at the right time. Running out of a bit of room here, though, is Hook, who sends it back towards the middle. And England certainly not dying wondering here when they do get down this end of the field, but there's one area that Ireland have been pretty good in. It's that scramble defence. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, England are forcing them to make decisions, but they're managing to sort of slide across quite well, and the comms is there, so they're managing to keep them out for the time being. Now O'Sullivan dropping it back and picked up here on the run from Irwin. Sullivan once again on the last now for Ireland, and this is a little bit of a strike dump, and as a result, O'Sullivan had a look out wide, but it's probably one other area they need to execute a little bit better is getting that nice quick play the ball into the last.
Yeah, definitely, and like we were saying about England sort of forcing Ireland to make those decisions, Ireland need to sort of, I think they're letting England off the hook a little bit in terms of like defensively. They just need to run at them with a little bit more conviction. I think when they're on that line, sort of varying their pace and judging that and getting, you know, that link to bite in or that middle to bite in and then creating those spaces, which is where England have sort of been creating those gaps for themselves.
Good meters here for the English, and they keep it alive too. Little change of pace. They're going to call touch pass here though. So just fractionally late on the release. What is required to occur though for the turnover, and still it's been a while that we've been locked at 3-0 here for the English.
Yeah, definitely, and England they'll be quite happy sitting at this for the half, but it looks like they've got another attack at the line now, so they'll be hoping to convert that into a 4-0 lead. So it looks like they're going a little bit wide here, looking to spread that Irish defence, which they are doing so effectively. And we've got Matt Hall there on the ball again.
Ball drops it down, and now Bingley bouncing around. A little ball back towards the middle and collapsing so quickly, too quickly for the English. Lecornu is in here for England.
Yeah, they'll be happy with that. Again, Matt Hall, really strong, solid dump there. And just on that short line, looked for the wrap, but it wasn't needed. Took the score, and Andre Lecornu, he was in there and backed himself. What a lovely finish as well. Good team try there. And we'll see if they can defend out Ireland as we get into the final couple of minutes of this half.
They'd love a try here before half-time, the Irish, as Temtem comes forward once more here. He's gone about his work with plenty of pace, and Nolan will head back to the mark now. So a full set to try and attack this English line as Gannon sends it to the middle now for Dolgaraki. Dolgaraki once more here. Just down in front of Temtem. They'll send it wide early for Foley, but Got to build a little bit more pressure into the middle before they try and expose them on the edges, because otherwise it's an easy slide.
Yeah, definitely. That's what sort of saying like about letting them off the hook a little bit. Keep those players honest and, really straighten up and run at them and force them to make that decision. Otherwise, like you say, that sliding defence, the English, they're doing well to execute that at the moment and keep Ireland out. And they will not want to be finishing this half on a 4-0 trail at the moment.
England now inside the final minute, working up towards halfway as the pressure comes in here from Ireland. Very close to being a forward pass, but play on is the call, and now they might even be searching for one final one here, England. It's a really good set, and more pressure mounting here as they take off right through the middle. Jeffrey Sue, if you don't mind, has a second in this first half.
He will be chuffed with that. Again, just forcing Ireland to shut in and make that. And it just, the decision was there. It was just a little bit late, and Sue just sort of galloping through there, ball down, got the time to do it, and nice score there for England. And Ireland got about 10 seconds left of this half. See what they can do with it.
Final play coming up here for Ireland. Down 5-0. There is the siren in the background. Ennis looking to conjure up something here with a flick pass, but once more it goes to ground, and a lot of work to do here in the second half for the Irish. But for England, been a pretty competent first half.
Yeah, absolutely. They've been clinical. They seem to be executing what they want when they want, and they're very much in control of this game, and they will be happy with that. Ireland have had their scoring opportunities. It's just that final, that last pass, or that last straightening up and getting in on the right people and that kind of thing. So hopefully they'll have a bit of a team talk. England will want to be doing much of the same, keeping up that defensive pressure. That sliding D has been working really well, and Ireland will be looking for ways that they can exploit that going into the second half of this game.
So all to do for Ireland in the second half here. England with a healthy lead, 5-0. We'll take a quick break here at Riverside Sporting Complex in Nottingham for the Touch World Cup England 2024.
What is the official? 3 minutes. 3 minutes. So while it's half time, just a quick word again about what the field of play we have for spectators and players unless you're on that field. Please do not walk across them. And also, in between field 1 and St. William, we have got fences, blue roads, red and white roads, blue bars, volunteers. Please do not walk between the 6-1 and the pavilion. So next year, we have to ensure the players are not disturbed or maintain grass. Around all fields of play, there are blue marks. Blue marks is a safety marker. You are actively behind it, and do so willingly. It happens. Players officials, players officials. 2-minute warning, 2 minutes. Ladies and officials, the head coach 30 seconds of warning. Ladies and officials, 30 seconds. Ladies and officials, stand by.
Welcome back here to Riverside in Nottingham. Ireland with a lot of work to do here in the second half in this men's 45s fixture. England pretty much perfect in that first half. A few mistakes here and there, but once they got down towards Ireland's end, they certainly knew their way across the line. But the Irish early on here looking to try and fix that run of tries, but get another set here with England stepping up into the passing lane. In fact, they're still going to say this is going to go the way of England. That's a interesting call. It might have come forward out of the hands, I think they're saying.
Yeah, that would have been a good opportunity there for Ireland to have another fresh set on the line, but not meant to be, unfortunately. So England, again, injecting that pace to get off the pitch and get those fresh legs on. Ireland defence there, they are looking to slow them down and doing so effectively. England have got those fresh legs coming on after that first defensive set, and they can see what they can do with this. Looks like Ireland are keeping them out though for the time being. They will not want them anywhere near that try line. They want to keep that to a five try lead.
Dummy here for Ireland as they head out to this right-hand side of the field. Foley had to work hard to get in there and acting half, but no one there ready to pass to. So they'll have to fix that, Ireland, and off the back of it, little wonder, there's an error.
Yeah, that was unfortunate there. It can really slow down that sub-in move, getting on and off if you don't have a half there, and well, if you have a half there and then you don't have those runners coming on. So that's a bit unfortunate for Ireland there, and England looking to exploit those errors and getting up there to the danger zone.
Siv Thorpe floating around, so too is Popov, and Popov sending across to this left-hand side, nearly opened up a passage here, but Ireland slid pretty well on that occasion, saw off the danger. Now a chance to work it upfield here.
Yeah, absolutely. Looking like they're getting up there, and looks like a little bit of loss of control there in that roll ball. Tiny errors that are costing Ireland, and they keep giving England the opportunity to go at that line. And again, England in quite a good attacking position here from halfway.
Mears will drop it just shy of the 7-metre mark now. Slowing it down here is Cerny. As once more they come onto the attack. Played at here from Dolgaraki. And as a result, that will be another set to work with here for the English. Short ball for Bright. Brings it forward. Takes the touch and drops it down. And now with a bit of momentum here, the English. Oh, lovely little tip on play and through the middle. It's Andre Lecorno once more who collects a second, but that's probably the smoothest play all day here from the English.
Yeah, that was lovely. Really well executed there. Again, it's just that 32 wrap and giving that ball and hitting that hole and exploiting that Irish defence just that little bit, making them make those decisions and not quite making them quick enough. So, yeah, lovely group effort try there for England, and they'll be happy with that.
Now working forward here is so for Ireland. Once more, it's come to naught here for the Irish. A lot of errors to begin this second half. We were speaking just before half-time, but it was the 1%ers they needed to clean up here, Ireland, and unfortunately, very much continued in the same fashion as the first half. So England now, an easy passage up towards halfway. Or they come here through Cropper. Now marching up is Cerny. Cerny brings it all the way to the middle. Quick play the ball as well as Sue takes off. Now he's got plenty of pace. Cerny, oh, good little take there using the hip in the process, but Ireland stood tall in the line and a lot of aggression there in defence in that particular set.
Yeah, looks like they got sent back a little bit there for throwing the ball away, giving Ireland those extra metres, which they will be thankful for, and it looks like they are building off that. Lovely defensive touch there, but Ireland doing well to get down and to the side and get that clean ball down And number 6 there, David Dowlig, just getting caught there.
Back to the 7 they come now, and that was building nicely throughout the set, but unfortunately a static start here on the last, and Dowling hits the deck, and that probably sums it up here for Ireland, unfortunately. Just falling over right at the final hurdle. And now another penalty here, forthcoming for the English.
Yeah, it's looking like the physicality of the touches is somewhat increasing in this second half, and the refs are calling them on it. So both teams will need to be a bit mindful of that moving forward. Don't want to be giving away penalties for things like hard touches, and giving those teams extra yards. And England again will be thankful for that, and it looks like they're exploiting it.
Cornu out of acting half now. Another opportunity here for England. They send it wide early through Lecornu. Back off that left foot comes Sibthorpe, and then Sibthorpe somehow opens up a passage. They all stood still. It was like they were stuck in the mud here. Now, it has been raining at Riverside, but I can assure you, it's not that bad.
Yeah, really well read at the defence there, just looking at it, and yeah, again, the Irish team, they're not quite making those defensive decisions quite quick enough for England, and especially not Brian Sibthorpe going in, and really well read from him. Good heads-up touch, and got that ball down, and it's a 7-0 lead now for England.
Now Ireland with a couple of dummies heading out towards this right-hand side. They'd love to get something on the board here, because you need to build from some sort of foundation, and there isn't one at the moment, as Nolan shifts it here for Dolgaraki. Dolgaraki once more, now back against the angle. That's better play there from the Irish, but then just trying to pop a pass that didn't need to be thrown at the end. He could have taken the touch, and that is a turnover once more here from Ireland.
Yeah, that was unfortunate there. If you just held on to that, it might have been okay, but no, England have it again, and we can see they are executing this drive on and drive off really clinically. You know, they've got a half there, driving up the middle. Look, they know exactly who they want to go in on, which players they want to exploit. Unfortunate there. I thought that might have been a ball down, but looks like it's going in England's favour, and they have a penalty.
Dolgaraki called offside there, so more pressure building now on the Irish. Andre Lecornu floating about at the moment, so too Cerny, and sent off here for Sue, who gets it up towards the 7 now. Flat little pass here for Cerny, lovely ball once more, and then hitting it at pace, finding a line. Dolgaraki, I think he may have just got fingertips there, and that's a try saver if he has. Having a little check here, I think the English are also saying no, Dolgaraki did get there, so a great touch in the end on the number 7 there for Ireland, as they send it out to this left-hand side. Bingley bouncing around. Back towards Cerny here. Waits at acting half. He'll pick it up and send it out to this left-hand side. Bingley once more with all the room in the world, and then decides to take it himself. Squeezes between a couple of defenders. Now Bingley is confident he's got there. So to the Irish in terms of stopping that raid. So once more, they survive here, Ireland, showing a little bit of fight in things. Cerny, however, rips them to shreds, and on the spot is Jeffrey Sue, who collects a hat-trick. England take the margin out to 8.
Yeah, lovely score there. That was England building up to that. They, working hard in that attacking set. Wasn't quite coming off the couple of touches before, but they've conditioned that Irish defence, and that gap is huge for Sue to just walk through. And we've seen when Sue is on with Eric Cern, there's not much stopping the two of them, and so a hat-trick for Jeffrey Sue.
It's almost like the USA combination of Wilkinson and Sanderson, who were just tearing Scotland apart in our earlier fixture here at Riverside, as Ireland once more are looking for their first try of the match. This is a little bit more likely here from O'Sullivan, showing some speed and a little bit too one-dimensional at times for Ireland, so I don't mind O'Sullivan there throwing caution to the wind and taking them on.
Yeah, definitely a bit of an intercept there, so England have it. Looks a little bit more disorganised this drive, but they're straightening up and getting back in and getting back up now.
Lovely drawn pass here as well from England, and a couple of dummies being thrown as well there from Malik. The support arrived late. If it was there just a fraction earlier, fancy it would have been another try here for England, but once more, an Irish scramble. sees off the threat. They probably could have had another 5 or 6 if Ireland hadn't had such good scramble in this game.
Yeah, definitely. Saw a little grin and an apology from number 15 there. I think they were calling for the ball back the other way, but it wasn't quite meant to be. And no, it looks like England have it again. So Ireland, little errors there again. England looking for the mark, and they've got a really great attacking position here. Just looks like they are going to get some fresh legs on now, getting across to their box, and they will have another couple of touches on the line.
Sivthorpe now for Cerny, who steps up towards that 7-metre mark, throws it wide here for Kirby. Kirby is caught. He'll go back to the 7 now, rolls it, sending it away to the middle once more. Cerny on again here for Sue. Sue taking off, good pressure coming in from Ennis. Close to being a forceful touch, but lovely pressure nonetheless. And then Foley, a great read from out wide. That's one of the better defensive sets from Ireland.
Yeah, that was really well read there by Ireland. England have been executing that play quite a bit actually. Looks like a bit of a...
It's a head clash there.
Touch there. Just checking. Jeffrey Sue just checking his Irish counterpart is okay.
Well, it may have even been the cap that's got him, the brim of the hat.
Yeah, quite
gone
possibly.
Directly into the head there of the Irish man, but here he is once more, good to continue. I think that might be Ennis, who's come off second best there, so he heads to the sideline now. It's Foley, pops a little pass here for Nolan. Once more Foley towards the centre, Dolgaraki brings it forward. Sue makes the touch. Nolan picking up and popping a little inside-outside flick ball, if you will, but certainly the English weren't aware of it, but neither was Dolgaraki, unfortunately, so they couldn't capitalise.
Yeah, that was a shame. That was a really good bit of injection of pace from Ireland coming on, that sudden move, actually. It's a bit of a shame they couldn't capitalise on that, but England have it, and they will be looking to pull this Irish defence apart.
They're certainly doing that right now. Foley, however, just recovers in time. I think that little bobble, that was the difference there for England. Otherwise, another try was coming. Now out for Lecornu. Sends it to this right-hand side, hopping in from a strike dump. Lecornu, great ball off Foley. What a read that is from the Irish winger.
Yeah, he's been reading those shots really well, actually. He saved them a couple of times, so it's good defensive work there from the Irish wing.
Foley once more brings it forward, can't defend away from the attempted touch there, and popping a little pass here is Irwin. And Foley down the sideline, nearly away. Kirby did enough to reel him in. That was probably the most likely opportunity they've seen here in the second half. The Irish, they've had very few chances. Once more, they scoop it up here on the last now with Slack. Slack trying to put on a little bit of footwork and a little bit of speed, but in the end, England still able to account for him, and score remains 8-0 with 6.5 to go.
Yeah, they're just letting this English defence off a little bit. Like, they have got that pace, but they're running into more space, sort of away from what they're creating. So just executing that a little bit, and you know, the classic draw and pass. Like
here
what
we go.
England are
There
doing
doesn't
here.
need to be a draw and pass, because putting down the foot there was Bruce Kirby, and yet again it's that man, Kevin Foley, who makes the touch. He's probably saved their bacon on at least 5 occasions here for the Irish. It could have been a mountain of tries down this right-hand side. Defensively, at least for Ireland, as now still there is a threat here. Taking off his rower. Through the middle they come now, England, and then just stopping on the run and getting to ground very quickly. They're all backpedaling, unfortunately, there for O'Sullivan. He thought his inside man had it covered, but England far too good, and they capitalise. A 9th try on the board.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. I mean, defensively, for the last few minutes at least, Ireland have been really keeping England out. They've been throwing everything at them, and they have been keeping them out. But yeah, just a little bit reaching for the touch, not quite there on that one. But yeah, referee is happy with that, and Jean-Francois Popov, he is the one to go over the line, as we can see there in the sub box. England will be very happy and very comfortable with this lead.
Innes floating a long ball, but Sibthorpe read it beautifully, stepped up and took the intercept. I'd love to see him go the length of the field. You don't see it too often here
Yeah, no.
in the men's 45s.
I think he thought better of it and thought, I'll take that role.
Well, he was thinking of the hamstring as he was catching that ball. Wanted it in one piece. As now it comes out to this left-hand side for Sue, who then turns it back towards the right. Now straightening up on things. Last one here for England as Lecornu comes forward. Oh, Lecornu burns them on the outside. Finds support in the form of Mears. And Mears is having a field day out there, but Lecornu, what a second half from him.
Yeah, they're happy with that. Look at that. Just reading it again. It's a bit of a foot race there, and then the Irish link just, not quite there to knock off that defensive touch. And yeah, lovely score there for James Mears. Again, really good just heads-up touch. It's not a specific move that they're sort of planning. It's just players playing off each other and bouncing off what each other are doing. And hopefully Ireland will be able to have some response to that. Looking like they're coming at the line with some serious pace right now.
Well, Nolan with a little bobble, still able to keep his mitts on the footy though. But only as far as the defence of Malik, who makes the touch, and now it's just a whole heap of pain here, unfortunately, for the Irish. 10 tries to nil. They've tried hard, but just coming unstuck in that final 7.
Yeah, unfortunate there. They did have a good crack at the line there, but it just couldn't quite. Again, in the foot race, England were there, but we have an error here.
Approaching the final 4 minutes here, Ireland, and Dolgaraki brings it forward. I'd love to see them get across the line. I'm a big fan of the consolation try, Kate.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. No, it'd be good to see them get a score, because they have been coming to this English defence. They've not been making it easy for them. They're making them work. Just need to just execute that ever so slightly.
Well, that was the golden opportunity there with O'Sullivan, who took off out of acting half, and had he had a few supporters out on that right-hand edge, there was a big gap there for Ireland.
Yeah, maybe it's just a little bit of a case of comms in it a bit more. The wing is always in a really good position to see what's in front of the play. So maybe just getting a bit more vocal and telling those mids and links what to do a little bit more. Like, it can be difficult when you're in it to see what's going off on the outside. So just getting a bit more vocal and playing off each other a bit more.
See the roll on as well that England have in this particular set. So what we often talk about with that up and in defensive pressure is hitting the line quickly and then jamming back out, but just constant backpedaling there for Ireland.
Yeah, unfortunately so. England pressurising them in the midfield as well. I mean, not giving them anything really, not letting them get off to get those fresh legs on. And we're looking for players at this point. He's looking for a half. That's Temtem.
Now Ennis bringing it forward, drops it down. One-handed scoop here for Ireland. Nothing really doing as of yet, though. It's a little bit too slow here to cause too many concerns for the English. That's a better draw and pass, but once more easily marking up there. James Mears makes the touch. And touch pass will be called. There is the turnover. So 2.5 to go. England firing a little bit of a warning shot to the rest of the men's 45s competition here.
Yeah, absolutely. They're definitely making a statement with this game. And I mean, in these final 3 minutes, really for England, their main focus, at least from a coaching perspective, will be to keep it to nil. They've been playing. They've really dominated this game to let in a sort of last-minute, consolation try. They won't be happy with that, so they'll want to keep this energy going. And it can be difficult as well when you have this kind of lead. You can take your foot off the gas a little bit, and that's not what you need to be doing. So
England looking to add though to that tally. They'd like 11 on the board as it's slowed down here from Jean-Francois Popov. Now to that right-hand side once more for the run here of Malik. Malik draw and pass, oh, beautifully worked. And Bruce Kirby, all he has to do is catch it and put it down. He won't score an easier try. And England once more tear apart the Irish defence.
Yeah, absolutely lovely score there. Again, just looking up, the Irish wing, number 15, James McCall, has just come in, and the English are just exploiting that, and Bruce Kirby just safe hands on the wing there and straight in.
Interesting as well for the English. These 11 tries, the bulk of them have been on that right-hand defensive edge for Ireland. And the funny one, because Kevin Foley's been outstanding on that edge for Ireland in defence, but that certainly has been the main area they've looked to attack here.
Yeah.
So 40 seconds to go here. And Ireland get across the line. One final chance here. Dolgaraki popping a little pass over the top, basketball style. And once more, England see it off. So that should be it. The clean sheet looks like it's going to be occurring here for England.
Yeah, they will absolutely be happy with that. They should be happy with this performance. And again, they're still not letting Ireland off the hook. They are coming out with them with some pace in these final few seconds of the game, waiting for that klaxon to go. They're staying clinical, they're executing it. You can see they have their set plan in their play.
Here they go now. Oh, they don't even need to use the numbers. A beautiful dummy here from Mears, who collects a hat-trick. Well, he has been in fine touch in this one, and it brings up the dirty dozen here for England.
Yeah, what a lovely finish there. They'll be happy with that. Not only have they kept it to a clean sheet, but just that last minute try as well, just on the board. And yeah, Ireland will got some things to learn from in that game, but yeah, definitely they were looking dangerous at times against. They didn't make it easy for England. You know, there could have been quite a few more scores there, and like you say, the defensive effort, especially on the wing there, was really quite strong.
We talk about 40-minute performance here, 5-0 at half-time for England, but they went on with the job, adding an extra 7 on the second side of things. So full time here.